So this session again will have on recruitment trends. It will be a panel discussion where we have 4 experts from great companies like FSS, Bahwan, Cybertek, Polaris and Technosoft with us. First let me take the pleasure of inviting Dr. Ravi Tilagan, the head HR of FSS, to join the panel as a session chair and a moderator. I think you should give a big round of applause. It's a post-lunch session. You should clap nicely so that we will not get heart attack. Okay, then let me invite Mr. Balakumar, the Global Head HR of Bahwan Cybertek, to be part of this panel. May I request Ms. Shivani Reddy, Head Campus Hiring of Polaris Financial Technology Limited, to be part of this panel discussion. And we invite Mr. Jude Xavier, the Director and Head HR of Technosoft Corporation, to be part of this panel. And these are the 4 people I present to you for this session. This session will go till 3:30 and it will be continued by the next session. As I told you, we'll serve the tea inside the hall. And as said in the morning, the profile of all the experts are there in the book. And I'm sure no introduction is required for this panel. Straight away, let me hand over to Mr. Ravi Tilagan to start the session. Mr. Ravi Tilagan. Anywhere, as you wish. Mics are there or here?
Good afternoon, friends. Such a beautiful afternoon. It's so great to be here. Thanks, Mr. Shivakumar, for inviting me. But I have a complaint against Mr. Shivakumar, actually. You know, generally, if I am asked to speak, I come with some movie clippings and things like that. Padam is my specialization. You know, my mother used to say, Parangata, that I like that used to say. You know, so that was an ingrained, talent. And this time, Mr. Shivakumar sent me a mail very clearly telling me what I am supposed to do. In that, no movies, no padam. So here, an expert on padam is without padam. You know. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much for making it clear. Yeah. So here, in fact, it's nice to be here. Yesterday, I read an article in the paper which talks about how this coming together of placement officials from various colleges is creating enormous amount of synergy. You know, the colleges which are outside Chennai, you know, Chennai colleges are one game, and colleges outside Chennai is another game altogether. How they have consolidated themselves and created enormous amount of value. I'm able to see it here. You know, I know Mr. Shivakumar has played a huge role in that. Our organization, to give you a very, very brief this thing about our organization, because I'm really not the person to speak elaborately about our organization, because it's a very, very technical kind of organization. I'm from Financial Software and Systems. This company which was started some 23 years back by Mr. Nagaraj Mailandla, and we are into payment processing. This is a mid-sized company. We employ about 1,500 employees. They are in Chennai, Mumbai predominantly, and we also have our offices in Delhi, Bhopal, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Calcutta. Yes, that's it. And offices outside India, 6 places. So in a way, in a small way, it is a global organization. Indian global organization. Our turnover last year was $100 million US, about 600 crores. And we are well positioned in the market, so we are growing. So this is a brief introduction about our organization. And this is largely into software products. You know, it's a products and product implementation and products on a hosted model. This is how we have organized ourselves. So we hire engineering trainees, but not in huge numbers. not in huge numbers. This year looks like we will hire 100 people. We have an interim approval for about 20, and another 80 is going to be signed off. The way it looks like, we will get this 100 hired. And we go to colleges like yours and pick up candidates. We have a rigorous process of selection. This time we are planning to go with aspiring minds, right? And so we want to standardize, make things little objective in terms of the kind of candidates we try to bring into the organization. We also sign an agreement with the candidates for 3 years, right? And our compensation, we offer 2.5 lakhs when they join. But at the end of 3 years, during this period, these employees will invariably cross the ones who join the big organizations. For instance, my son works for TCS. He passed out from SRM, joins TCS at 3.2. And an employee who joins our organization at 2.5 would definitely cross his salary after 3 years. So that means our rate of increase is significantly higher than what the big organizations do it. Because we have to match. After 3 years, we should hope to retain them. So our strategy is to hire people at this cost and give them intensive training and take them to a much higher level. So our track record in terms of hiring, training, as well as retaining is fairly good. We have quite a few employees in our organization who started off as engineer trainees. This is briefly about our organization. Our Raja is there. He's the one responsible for recruitment here. I call him Raja of recruitment. King, So he will be the one who will handle this recruitment process for this year also. Yeah, he's here. This guy. Get up, you're so short, man. Get up. No, don't take care of him. So this is briefly about our organization, our modest way of doing things. And we have our panel members, they are from much larger organizations. And I have been asked to moderate the session, and they have much bigger stories to tell. A lot more promises to make to you. So let me, I will start from here, Jude. Yes, Jude, the first one to go. Yes, Jude. How much time you want?
Should we have a joint, or you want me to just take the on the
Would you like to give a small introduction about your organization?
Yeah,
then
sure.
we will get into a discussion.
Sure, definitely. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I welcome everybody for this great event. I think I'm part of this organization. I think the third event or fourth event I've been invited for this. It's been my pleasure to be part of this great event. And I think from morning, all of you have been here from all institutions. So it would be a great benefit for all of you. So I wish all the best for all of you. And I wish and congratulate all the members here on the dais. To start with, I'll make it in a very small nutshell. I belong to Technosoft, Technosoft Corporation. I head the HR for Technosoft globally. Technosoft is a US-based company. It's at Michigan, Detroit, Southfield. We have a corporate office there, and we are 3,250 employees at the moment. And by 2016, we have to be close to 5,000 people. This is our employee strength, the planned movement. And we are in India across all locations, Bangalore, Chennai. Chennai, we have 4 locations. We are spread across Ascendas, Sriram, IT Park, DLF, Tidal Park. We are put up in all places, all the IT parks in Chennai. And in Bangalore, we are there, Hyderabad, Pune, and Mumbai. So we are spread across location in India. And we have our offices at Australia, New Zealand, China, and UK. So this is, and we are into 2 domains. We are both into IT and BPO. So this is our strength. And we work on all domains, all skill set. So this is about the organization and about the plan. So what is the purpose of telling my organization is, how do we look at, is it we look at only lateral hiring or campus hiring? Yes, it's a mix of both, which we look at, both lateral hiring and campus hiring. So last year we recruited close to around 750 campus hires, and this year we are looking at the same numbers, close to 700 to 800 numbers which we are looking at. We have already started our process and we are on it. So this is about the organization, and just an intro.
Yes, thanks, Jude. You know, campus hiring vis-a-vis lateral hiring he is talking about. Well, the best thing an organization can do to itself is to hire people from the campus. You know, I'm sure my HR colleagues will agree. You know, more and more thrust is there on hiring trainees. Then only we can balance the compensation structure in the organization. You know, because everyone wants to grow. And if we have to hire more and people from the parallel levels, lateral levels, then we are choking the growth of organization and its employees. So every organization, a well-meaning organization, and every HR head would like to recommend to a management that we hire more and more at the bottom of the pyramid, so that everyone grows along that. So, Balakumar, would you like to speak now?
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Balakumar. I'm called as Bala. I'm heading the global HR function for Bahwan's. To give a quick snapshot about Bahwan, it's a $12 billion conglomerate Bahwan as a group. And Bahwan Cybertek is around 160 million and marching towards 500 million in next couple of years. While I'm trying to talk about the revenue numbers, in terms of growth, that actually give you the broader picture in terms of what is the number of resource numbers that might augment over there. And the company's core focus is on twofold. One is on the service offerings, which is a commodity business, which every other IT services company do. Another one is a product offering. While we talk about a product offering, it has its own value proposition, and the skill set that is required for products and services are totally different. And product nature itself comes with a lot of innovation, agility, design thinking, and so on and so forth. The HR folks in the company have to add value to the business. The direct proportion value, as rightly said, what is the value that we are bringing in terms of optimizing the cost? Well, globally there is a pressure in terms of cost optimization. What are all the modes in which we are going to look at it? And one among that I can talk about is your bandwidth towards bringing in a good talent through the campus mode. In this process, I can tell you many people evolve different methodology in terms of bringing in talent into the company. And campus is one area where a lot of investment and focus is happening. We have established few labs in some of those known institutions. The organization went ahead and invested, and we have institutionalized our product lab there. And the other way to go about is, even in services, there are niche skills are very difficult to augment on a lateral cost. And as rightly said, the average cost need to be brought down. So from third year onwards, we started nurturing some of the institution, bringing in a talent. The faculty training program is on. We are able to bring in augment resource pipeline through that mode. So that's the way it's going. Thanks for this opportunity. Look forward a fruitful discussion.
Balakumar, thanks for that point. He was talking about this product organization vis-a-vis service organization and the profile of people that we'd like to take. When we hire, even ours is a product organization and Balakumar's is a product organization. When we hire people, trainees for the product organization, the profile, as he said, is different, analytical thinking, creativity, and so on and so forth. So for the trainees who join in, it is a huge opportunity of learning and development, So obviously, I'm sure he will look for people who have very good academic record and so on and so forth, because that is going to matter in his kind of this requirement. Even in our organization, when we talk about engineer trainees, our cutoff is 70, 70, 70. That means 70 in 10 standards, 70 in plus 2, and 70 in this. Whereas in huge organization like TCS, it is 60, 60, 60. For instance, my son is not eligible to sit for examination in my organization. He didn't get 70, 70, 70. Right? So the profile is different. So we would like to hire people who have a very good bent of academic bent of mind, who have scored very well, and they will have a huge advantage there. Yes, Shivani, now it's time for you to go.
Good afternoon, everybody. And this is my first time in a conference like this. I have seniors with me, sitting along with me, and Jude is the one who recruited me in my first organization, second organization, and the third organization where I worked for. So, okay, I have a question for you people sitting here. What does Polaris do? I mean, any answer? What do we do? Yeah, which means? Sorry? Okay. This is the kind of response we get when we go to campus. This is exactly what we get when we go to campus. Why I started with that question is, it is very important for placement officers or people in T&D, training and development, for students to understand what kind of organizations are in India, first of all. What do they do? What kind of innovations they are doing? Are they product companies? Are they services companies? It's just not enough knowing company name. It is more to know about what exactly companies do. That adds value. So having said that, Polaris is a services and a product company, and we've recently demerged as a product and services company separately, and product company is called as Intellect Design Arena Limited, and services company is Polaris. This demerger happened with a mindset that product, like how Mr. Bala said, product needs a different mindset and services need a different mindset, different employability skills. And for product, we are looking at transformation technology. We hire from NITs, IITs, because we believe that they have that kind of design thinking capabilities. And I'm not saying that colleges in Tamil Nadu don't have that, but it's again a mindset. It needs a shift. But if colleges concentrate only on academics and lose out on teaching students about how do they innovate, or not give them opportunity to innovate, it will be very difficult for organizations like us to hire from you. We are Indian-based product company, one of the Indian-based big product companies which have been there in the market for 30 years. And we are doing a lot of work in developing design centers across the world, across India, to innovate transformation technologies in banking and financial sector, which is one of the biggest sector in the world. If BFSI collapse, everything collapses. So that's about our organization.
Shivani, you did very well for a first timer. You know, after all, Jude hired you twice. You know, you got very good. You know, Shivani spoke about Polaris, and Polaris is going through a great split or demerger. As she said, you know, what she is going through is a huge change inside. I'm sure this is a big drama there, isn't it? You know. It's a good thing. Yeah, good thing. You know, there is a lot of change. When there is a huge change, it has its challenges. You know, I'm sure what I am able to relate to what you are going through, what your people are going through. You know, the brilliant work that you have to do to ensure everyone feel comfortable during this huge change process. You know, that is a typical example of product organization as well as service organization. So friends, now perhaps, you know, with your permission, I would leave this house to open. Maybe you can ask some questions. Or would you like to know about the selection process in this organization? Would you like to know? Yes? Yes, Judy.
Okay, team, I just want to wake you up. I think we had a heavy lunch, all of us. So there's hardly response coming from your side. So a couple of things from ICTAC, they asked me to come with preparation on certain points. So just I will run through it. Some important takeaways from corporates. What we are expecting. Two things which are missing is, one is from the academics, from college, what we are expecting, what is missing. Second thing is about students. I think these two things are very important for all of you, so that wherever is the gap, we could fix it up. Are you with me? Yes. Okay. Are you looking for that? Yes. Okay. So quick thing is, 6 points were asked to be prepared. One is about the organization, my organization. So I've already given you the update. It was way back, started in 1996 in US, and we are now 3,250. Next year, we would grow to 5,000 people. And we look into both software development and BPO healthcare. So we are into both. Second point was our organization perspective to fresher hiring. So I've already communicated in terms of our, we do fresher hiring year on year. And last year we made around 750 to 800. We are looking at the same numbers this time. And the third was fresher hiring trends. 2015, I have given you the update, what we are looking at. And we have started our process already. And our selection of institutes. So how do we select our institutes? Not only Technosoft, I'm talking about all organizations in terms of how do we select our institutes. See, one thing is we look at professional institutes, not exactly professional in the sense that we need the basic facilities which can be provided from the institutes. So that is one thing. Good facilities, disciplined students is what we are looking at. So that's very, very important. We assess the candidate when we go for guest lectures. So I do that. Whenever I've been invited, see, one trend which I'm looking at, team, I'll be very frank, straightforward. So if you have anything, you can please discuss with me. Don't take it very personally. Sorry about it. One thing is, I've been invited to almost all the colleges. I've visited all the colleges, but I have been called only during the campus times. The campus is going to start this year. So I've been, I left and right, I get calls from colleges to be to be the guest of honor, to represent and all that. Why don't you change that trend? See, we are looking at your students. We want to assess your students. By coming for this guest as a guest of honor, I'm sure that will not motivate me to come to your colleges. I need students, the quality of students that can be assessed when I come for a guest lecture. When I meet your students, not during the campus. So I will have my list. I went to A college, I went to B college, I went to C college. How is the quality of students? How outgoing they are? All this I would assess, but definitely not because I am the guest of honor. I would definitely not prioritize based on that. This is my thing, and same way up to. So when I speak to my HR colleagues, you know what is the feedback I get? I need to be very straightforward because you need to get this information. When I ask them, hey, there's an invite from this college, they used to say, hey, Jude, I would avoid this. Why? Because immediately they'll come and ask me, can you come for campus? I'm straightforward, guys, but this is the trend which is going on. You need to change that trend. There is a lot of ways to change this trend. So that's the reason I'm telling you, please be in touch with institutes from starting. We are ready to come for guest lectures. But why do you start only during the campus? What are you doing all the way through? So that's where, you know, because we could easily figure out, molded, they will have a real practical scenario of how things being conducted. So our selection of institutes, I've told you, organizational expectations from colleges. And sixth thing is skills and competencies expected from fresh graduates. Fifth and sixth point. So coming to your fifth point, how do we assess based on students' capability, how initiative they are, curriculum, all this matters a lot. See, for example, what we look at students, two things. One is about the institute and about the students. About the students, one thing is we assess them during our interaction. Sir was telling me, Mr. Ravi, on percentage, consistent percentage of, we also have a percentage. We have a 65 percentage. A organization might have 80 percentage consistency right from 10th standard to graduation. Each college has its own, each organization has its own norms. But guys, let me tell you, I'm the person least look at percentages. We give importance to students. Are they outgoing? If between two candidates given to me, a guy who's extremely good and he's an outgoing student, so much good in extracurricular activities, and there is a student who's a gold medalist who's 99% scored, I would look at a guy who's 50% who's good in extracurricular activities. Organizations now are looking at people how they could go ahead, front end, speak to clients, interactive, team player. These are the characteristics which we are looking at. Confident. We talk about, I think you've been hearing from morning all these same words, but this is the practical scenario. A student who is confident, a student who is flexible, who is outgoing, who has participated, who has given a lot of seminars, presented papers, who interacts, I would select that candidate. Not on marks. Definitely not on marks. When doing an HR interview, an HR has all rights to reject and select a candidate. So sometimes you might be surprised. 50 candidates cleared the technical interview, but in HR interview only 10 candidates got selected. And the candidates are confused. Sir, I am the first in class, I am the second in class. But are they confident? Will they fit into the company groove? Company's expectation is that. Are the students really prepared on all this? Are you guys preparing them coming to your role? It's not that you bring the campus inside and do a campus interview. But how you could sell your candidates is important. Selling should come automatically. And the performance of the student in the organization will bring back the organization to your institutes. That's the way you need to prepare them. And what do? Last minute we keep personality training class, communication workshop. Do you think communication can be developed in 6 months or 1 year? Please answer my question, guys. Is communication, can you develop the communication within 6 months? Have 2 sessions of communication, personality development. Do you guys do the exercise from first year? I don't think so. None of the institutes do from first year. Everything in the 4th year, because they have to get through the campus. Why don't we start from the first year? What is preventing us from starting the training from the first year? 4 years solid training you can give them. Can't we give them? Why do we do it in the 4th semester, 4th final semester, 6 months before? Can you do a magic? You should be a magician if you are going to do that. So, team, this is what I feel. There's a lot of scope for improvement. There's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of gaps. Can I take? Probably then we can open for discussions also. I will quickly run through the points where all you could fill up these gaps. These are the bottlenecks what from corporate we feel. If you fill it up, I think all your 100% campus placements would be done. Coming to the college perspective, do you guys organize for a fieldwork training for the students, internship? Very few colleges. Whenever I go visit a college, I tell them, hey, please, if you have 10 days of leave, there are organizations who could take them for a 10 days internship. The internship, whether it's a 1 week or 10 days, it makes a big difference, I'm telling you. It has to come from the student as well as it has to come from the placement. They have to have the drive. They will learn a lot. I will tell you, they will learn a lot. It is not so difficult. I had a trainee who is a friend of mine, a driver. I would like to open it up. We had a driver, car driver, with all his effort, he has made his first son to put him in an engineering college. He used to beg, borrow money, and he has put him in a good institute, engineering. And he called me one day and he said, Jude pa, sir, என் பையன் வந்து ட்ரைனிங்க்கு நவோ ட்ரைனிங் பண்ண சொல்கிறான், கொஞ்சம் பண்ணுறீங்களா? நான் சொன்னேன், கண்டிப்பா பாபு, கால் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க. So that boy, none of his classmates came. Only that boy out of the entire class approached me.
He asked me, sir, எனக்கு ஒரு 1 week leave வருது உங்க ஆர்கனைசேஷனுக்கு வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டுமா என்னென்ன பண்றீங்கன்ட்டு. I said, please, come. Not only first time he came thrice on all his 1 week holiday, 3 days holiday, 10 days holiday. He came. I am damn sure he will get placed in some organization. That is in your hands. Push them. So approaching in the final year will not work, team, I'm telling you. Do it right from, be in touch with the HRs right from first year. They are busy. Corporates are busy, but the push, what you do in the last year, you can do it from the first year. They could definitely make it up. Lot of people, they call me, sir, can you come for the guest lecture? They call me once, twice, but the 5th time or 6th time, I myself, okay, he's been calling me, let me go and visit. I would like to visit. That follow-up makes a difference. So that constant touch. Now after this campus, another 2-3 years, there's a break. I don't know who is that. Suddenly, the 4th year comes, the next year, campus, they will be in touch. Second thing is, another important thing where you could pave way is, you can invite the HRs for judging your competitions. In colleges, you conduct a lot of competitions. Yes or no? Please don't, it's your choice. You can call a politician, you can call anybody, but which is going to give placements for you? Call HRs. They will be able to judge your candidates, a competition, how well they are competing, outgoing. There itself, they will benchmark the students. I have done that. I gave the visiting card, I will give you a placement, you please come and meet me. They will get fascinated. These are all small things, but you could make a difference. Not just call them for the guest of honor, come one day and next day, hey, can you please come for campus? Sorry. This is how you could promote, brand your college. Call them for guest lectures, don't call them for chief guests. That's very important. By giving one day chief guest and other things, it will not make a difference. Guys, it's putting pressure. Call them for taking lectures, taking a training. They will really know the competency of your students. They can give you a lot of inputs. Guys, I'm not telling you very difficult things, rocket sciences, very simple things which you can follow. Another thing is, in terms of, see, each organization, for example, Polaris or Mr. Ravi's, Bala's, all organization, they have specialized in certain domains, certain skills. Each organization specializes in certain skills. We are strong in certain skills. Touch base with the HR from starting. Find out, hey, what are the skills? It's very easy. You log into this thing, like financial domain. Train them from first year. You could sell the entire candidates to Polaris. If Polaris is the campus, they are coming every year on year. If you train them completely, the entire batch could be sold. Find out the domain, the skill. The organization will not change the domain from one year to another, just like that. Predominantly, they will have that. And you know this campus is coming, this organization is coming year on year. Why don't you focus and sell them very easily? All your students can be sold because they are ready-made. Because organizations are looking at Training costs are so high. We want all ready-made. We are looking for fast foods. If it takes time, are we waiting? We can't wait. Now everybody is running, having wheels in the shoes. Everything should be just like that. Same way organizations. We don't have time to train people. Take from campus, they will be productive only after 1 year. We could build them only after 1 year. Do you think organization can spare that? Sorry. Do that. You can do it. And tell them, hey boss, we have ready-made students, financial trained, domain, skills. They are much more than the lateral hiring where we pay them more. We get them at a lower cost. So I got a note, running short of time, so good that we could share. I have a lot of points, probably during our discussion I would like to hear from other panelists. So thanks for the reminder. So we could hear a lot of things. Sorry guys. Yeah,
No,
please,
no,
Ravi.
please come. Jude, you need a little rest now. Jude is a very, very passionate guy, you know. He hard-hitting speech he gave you. One thing very interestingly, he said he is looking for disciplined people, all-round developed people, you know. And what all he wanted you to do, he said that. I'll give you a slightly different perspective, you know. Engineering colleges are there to impart knowledge on engineering, right? And we would like, at least, we have a slight bias towards good grades, right? We'll be happy to look at people who have really studied very well. And I see, amongst many students that I've seen, the communication skills are not so much of a problem now. It was a huge problem during my time. When I came out of college, I used to think in Tamil and try and translate and speak like Tamil. You know, there's a huge difference, the way our students, even from villages like mine, you know, I saw a gentleman from Tirunelveli. I'm from Thuthukudi also. Even students from there, they're not that bad in communication skills now. They seem to have got few other skills, but definitely they may not speak as well as somebody who studied in Chennai. Say for instance, my son will speak definitely better than a student from Tirunelveli. But remember friends, the student from Tirunelveli, I find lots of 9-pointers, 9.1, 9.3, who have been very, very studious. We went, a couple of years back, we went to Tirunelveli and SCAD Institute, that group, and we had some 10 students from there. Most of them are 9-pointers, you know, or 8.5 pointers, a kind of thing. They came with a degree of reluctance, they came with a degree of lack of confidence, little bit, you know. They were little intimidated by Chennai. But after 6 months, you know, please note, they are doing much better than others. You know, because they have got into the habit of working really hard. If they have to do 9.2 percentage, you know, percentile, then they have to really work hard. That is part of their system. They seem to be doing well, and they speak very good English now because they have interacted with the students here. They are fine. So while I take the point of Jude, please look at this side of the story also. Engineering colleges are there to educate them on engineering skills, make them very good engineers, you know, let them study well. Please tell them, at least on my behalf, tell them to study really well. It helps hugely. Yes, Balakumar, what would you say that?
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Basically, I was curiously watching what Jude was talking about. I think Jude has marketed himself well. It able to reach so many institutions, bothered him. He had a lot of tough experiences I've gone through, which I haven't done. Even now, quite a lot of placement officers saying I'm directing to the right stakeholders. So, having said that, you know, he had done quite a lot of homework on his side in preparing for this. What is that has been needed from the institution? He was passionately saying about, and Most of it is our factuals, reality in the ground. Basically, from HR side, while he was talking about the capability is what we are trying to look in for, HR will spot the talent what is required for the company, leave alone every other thing. Okay, the talent might be, when I'm working in one company, might be different from what is the other one. If I'm trying to look at one service of business, what is the talent they are looking at for, might be different for others. So it is like, are you able to cater to everybody, whatever this, if I'm trying to talk within organization, within business unit, the talent needs are different. You look at it across, the demand is going to be different. How well you can able to make it or match it is the thing way to go about it. In my previous assignment, there are business leaders went and adopted institutions. They find how they can build the relationship with the institution, bring in value proposition, what is required for my business, spot the talent and bring it into it. So that's what you call it as an industry institution type. Even now, there are quite a few institutions I went, across India, we have gone. But as he was rightly saying, you can see only academic oriented preparation is there. Is it a holistic preparation is there? I can say no. And many of those institutions are looking out for employability. How many of the institutions are looking at an entrepreneurship as well as employability? There are many differences which is there. And that help the candidate to look better for themselves. And they think differently, they can able to bring value with large amount of confidence. And those are all the spots which HR will be inclined to, where they will get a higher ROI for them. These are all the key things I wanted you to look at it, and to look at on a global perspective also. Today, even in an average age of education population which is there, employable population is there, India, which is hovering around 26 years, wherein even China is lost in their age because their average is coming into 35. Now they are pushing down their employability. Can I able to make it from not even 18 lesser years? Can I make them employment ready resources? So I think there are larger game that institution need to play in terms of industry need. Look at it on a versatility in which how you are developing the candidates for the employment opportunity. That's where I wanted to start.
Employability is the key. I'm sure all of you are interested in that. Your major goal, major objective of being here or being in your respective job is to make sure your students are employable, get employed in the organization. That is your fundamental business model, which is very important. And as Jude as well as Balakumar said, it is a function of wholesome development, holistic development as a person, as a student who can get into another world of organization and adapt himself or herself so well. But still, I will still rub it a little more. Let them also study well and come back here. Don't underestimate the importance of the engineering faculty members. Yesterday, I was talking to one placement person from college like yours. He talks about the very little importance which is given to the faculty members in some engineering colleges. How poorly they are paid, how badly they are treated, how their knowledge and their skills of imparting knowledge is discounted so badly. I felt really sad doing that. I really think, I would really urge you to go and tell your principals or chairman, that is very, very important link. Let them not forget that engineering colleges are there to impart engineering knowledges. And engineering knowledge is to be imparted by qualified, good, competent engineering faculty members. And that faculty members should be nurtured and should be respected, should be treated so well so that they provide the right kind of engineering inputs to the students that we will hire. In this holistic development that we are talking about, the very important core element is engineering knowledge. You know, kindly tell your presidents and chairmen, let them not underestimate the importance of that at all. So kindly give some inputs on. Yes, Shivani, now you have to tell me, you perhaps represent the company which is employing maximum number of people. So you will have the last word.
Okay, I have a couple of points. Okay, I'm not going to talk about strategic initiatives of an organization, why they employ campus. I'll tell you the ground reality. When we go to campus, first thing is the impression what we get is the CV. Even before seeing a person, you look at the CV. If you see, most of the CVs are same template, copy of the same thing, and every student have the same CV. How you expect a HR to judge a person based on that? Second point, grooming. A lot of people talk about academics. You train the students saying that they are very good at coding, whatever, they have done some projects on coding. Have they been groomed? Nowadays, I think it is very easy for students to get job. That's why they don't take companies seriously. They don't take. I think it's a catch-22 situation for the colleges. If they don't have 100% placement, their admissions will be difficult. But you have to make it difficult for students to get a job. Because otherwise, there's no importance. There's no importance for the effort as a placement directors you are putting in, as an effort as HR we are putting in, trying to get them to our organizations. When one example, we went to this college in Coimbatore, and brilliant academics, 0% grooming. People with body odor, improper dressing. That will put off an interview panel. We can only take interview panels to campus. We can't influence interview panels to select students. Our job is to sell the college internally. And if that is a kind of selling which happens, we cut sorry figures in front of all our panels. This is exactly what happens, why we are not able to sell colleges within Tamil Nadu to our panels. In fact, I believe, I have traveled from Srinagar to Calicut, every institute, all the NITs in India. There's a small difference between them and what local colleges in Tamil Nadu have. They are ready to take risk, and placements are driven by students. It's not the placement officer who calls us, it's the students who call us. And the mindset is, North India or any other part of India, they are ready to take those risks. They're ready to drive, they're street smart. I think end of it, that is what is the impression. Nobody is going to check your coding knowledge in 10 minutes of interview. That's not going to happen. It's only the kind of impression, like Jude said, the outspokenness and the impression which you create is very important. The students create is very important. Why is that I don't see any student here in this forum. I think students should be there from your colleges driving placements than placement officers. They should make that as one of their ability to interact with corporates. That's where it starts. And it's very difficult for a corporate to say no to a student. It is very easy for us to say no to placement officers. Because students, even we believe that our recruitment pressure comes down if we employ freshers. If we employ campus guys, our longevity in the company will stay. You have least attrition, we can control attrition. And this is a biggest engine which we have today to close positions. But it is like, if you understand from our perspective, even we have to do a lot of selling internally. It's not, we are not the decision makers. It's the kind of alumni you have, those kind of people will set that trend within the organization. So you have great alumni, you have great chances of organization visiting your campus. And the attrition, and the decline ratio. I don't think only colleges talk about, oh, we have 100% placements. We have 1,000 companies visiting or 50 companies visiting. How many people declined the offers? Nobody even speaks about that. It is an effort which we have put in. It is an organization effort which we have put in. If people are not ready to, if people are taking job as a second option and want to go to MS, and if that doesn't work and I'll get into a job, I think you should penalize those kind of students. Because their friends are losing an opportunity to be in part of an organization, and it's just a chance for them. We are giving them too many choices. Nowadays, students have too many choices. That's why they don't take anything seriously. If the choice is reduced, and if we impart that job is an important thing, I think then our problem of attitude will be taken care.
Yes, Shivani, thanks. She let out one very important secret of HR professionals in organization. Hiring trainees takes away, reduces our pressure on recruitment. If we hire 100, 200 trainees, we hire something like 400 people every year. And if we hire 10, 100 trainees, that means to that extent, my pressure on recruitment reduces. Relatively, trust me, relatively it is easier to hire trainees. You go through the process and make them sit for tests and interviews, then we hire them, and one bunch they will join. So that's systematic training we can put together. And besides the fact that it reduces the average compensation index, it also takes away a lot of our pressure. So HR in most of the organizations have a huge interest in hiring more and more training. Besides, it is good for the organization, it is also good for HR. She also talked about the declining of offers. I thought there are many mechanisms in place in most of the colleges, and you ensure people don't decline much. I don't know, maybe you have experiences of people declining, may not be from this kind of colleges. Maybe in your North Indian NITs and yes, correct. NITs, that's advantage of going to these colleges. There may not be so much of declining offers. I think they have mechanisms to ensure they can't sit for the second job at all if they have accepted one job. Is that right? Yes or no? They have the mechanism. Off campus. Correct. Yeah, off campus or higher studies. But I don't know, maybe you can tell what is the rate of people getting selected vis-a-vis joining. You must have some numbers. Is it high or low?
Depends on company.
But
if it is a good company, good offer, people normally 90% joins.
Okay.
If it is like 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, it's a little low. It is a good company, people join 90%. If the company pays low, very low, the percentage may be only 10, 25% or 30% joining. 70% they reject. So I think it is simply a business between company and the student.
Okay.
If they have the student need to join to the company, means let them pay more, let a good job.
I understand that.
No,
but can it? Yes.
Sir, you decide the company whether it is good or bad based on what they pay.
No, placement officer, we bring company and the students together, and they do the business. There it stops.
Then you should not call the companies which you think
From
don't pay
side,
well.
From our side, what we do is, when they get an offer in the campus, we don't allow them to
Sir,
sit in
I
the other
think
company.
that's the mind shift needs to happen. Instead of calling the companies and getting the offers decline, you should have called the students and asked them what kind of companies you want us to get in.
Yes, that
Then that's the
definitely.
student choice. Then you are, whatever point you are saying, we agree to it.
No, we
It's
bring lot
a
of
between student
sorry.
and an
We bring
organization.
lot of companies. Some students attend some companies, some students they don't attend.
But
So-
tell me, sir, overall, what is the percentage of people joining the company where they got selected? 90%.
No, I don't agree because it depends.
What is the percentage in your college?
No, is it a total percentage we cannot take?
Approximately.
Because apple costs 25 rupees, but tomato costs
No,
20
that I
rupees.
know. What is the approximate
What is the
percentage?
cost of so it depends. It varies from 90% to even 25%.
25%.
Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
so you have a case. You have a case. By the way, we have 10 more minutes to go, and we have two big questions, one for Jude and one for Balakumar. So I'm going to leave it to Jude now to answer your long question.
It's a suggestion they have given. There's no question.
You want to respond to the session?
Sir, I'll just
You accepted
add,
the session?
Mr. Dr.
Okay,
Ravi,
okay, fine. Yeah, you
Dr.
have a
Ravi, I'll
question?
just add one point here.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's worry about the people who don't have jobs. Let us not worry about those who have declined the offer, got 2 offer, 3 offer. We all are here to see to that many people get jobs.
Everyone.
So
You're
that
right,
top
absolutely.
20, let us leave it. Let's talk about the
That
70, those who don't get any opportunity.
Sir, no, sir. What happens is, I'll tell you, if there is a decline from a certain college, we blacklist the college. No, I'm saying that impacts. Now, it's just starting. Trend is just starting. After 5 years, you will have as many declines as possible.
No.
But all our efforts will go to.
No, I add a view, it's all reverse proportion to your business commitments. If I am going to commit to my business, so many number of resources going to join, and if the turn down rush is going to be high, it is going to directly impact in terms of revenue. I mean, this happens in the lateral hire, and also there is an investment going on the freshers hiring. The cost budget is being agreed and where it is going to the institution, and we sign up on the number before they go the placement talk, they know what is the number it is going to take. And if they are not well managed from the institution side, also is a problem. It's always good to go out and blacklist the institution if they are really not keen. If they are going to look at it as a commodity business, then does not make any sense. Okay, I think I have one question. There is Vasant Kumar who talked about Kanchi University. He was asking about, please provide info on academic initiative like lab establishment, etc., supported by you. Basically, we have a product initiative. It has been signed with an university type of an university where the name is being sponsored by Kalam. It's in his name. So we have product innovation initiative happens in that place. So this is a long-standing relationship that is going on. We also have looked at few other areas where we have having an outsourcing model in which we worked with various another colleges where they demonstrated their capabilities. If I'm trying to talk about IoT, big data and other areas, there are institutions who made a huge amount of investment and they have delivered around quite a number of projects to the international customer. So how it happens is basically within our organization, there are skills that are contractor friendly, there are skills where it's risk free, where it can be outsourced to the student community, engage them in this process. So it's a process of learning for them. Then you bring them into the system. So what we really talk about, an average time of learning comes after the institute, after the organization, they are going to spend around 6 months for, it's a corporate investment coming in. We are trying to reduce the time gap. So there are a lot of efforts happening on that side. So we are specific to the institution who serious in their business. They are also trying to take in the way of their bringing out the candidate, culturally integrate with them the organization that we take. So that minimize the efforts. And they also imbibed along with your institution. Your intake become easier and they culturally get integrated much faster.
So friends, now it is time to wrap up. If I got a notice. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. So to wrap up, to summarize our discussion now is Jude actually set the tone, and he definitely impressed upon you the need for starting it early. You know, your preparations for corporate relations should be perhaps from the first year itself, so that it is continuous development-oriented interaction, not just a transaction with reference to placement. So here the group of professionals who are genuinely interested in giving lectures, not being honored, you know, we are not, perhaps what he rightly said, it is not, the idea is to don't call them for chief guest, but call them for a lecture, take inputs from them and do it on a continuous basis so that you engage them. There is a huge advantage. And develop them as a whole. You know, that's what he said. And Shivani talked about a very important aspect of joining rate. If joining rate is an issue, my hunch was the joining rate is not an issue, but the gentleman, he said it could be even 25%. If 25% is the joining rate, it's a hugely risky proposition for the HR professional. If I were to hire 100 people, I will perhaps go ahead and give 110 offers, you know, hoping 100 people will join. But if I end up, after waiting for 6 months, 7 months, I get only 40 people joining, I'll be in serious trouble in the organization. You know, serious trouble. But for that, I cannot make 400 offers. Then 300 people come and join, I have no place. So I will take a chance and make 10 offers. But if the joining rate is so low, if Shivani's point is valid, then it is a huge problem. You have to really do something about that. It will scare these HR professionals from your institute. So our Balakumar also impressed upon the development as a whole, holistic development of individuals so that they transition into organization very effectively. And finally, I told you, I am telling you again, please tell them to study well. Tell the teachers to teach well, focus on the teaching and recognize the teachers, take good care of them. Finally, they are creating engineers. That is the core aspect of this well-rounded personality that we are talking about. Let's not forget the core and look at only the peripherals. Please develop the core also and take good care of your faculty members. So with this, I end this thing. Thank you so much, friends. Thanks a lot for this.